Afternoon, everybody. We are here again on the series of Indo-Indians Newsmakers. That's a series of online interviews with all the key newsmakers in Indonesia. They're in-depth, insightful, candid conversations about life, ideas, stories, their journey, their inspiration, and their motivation of all these people who've actually made a very big difference. And now it's time for you to get to know them. Indo Indians came through with this new initiative a couple of weeks ago, and we've done a few of these interviews already. So if you've missed any of them, please go back and have a look at it on the Indo Indians website. So today we have with us Ms. Jane Nawilis. She's the CEO of Novelis Auto Service Center. Novelis is a one-stop car maintenance and service center which has been operational for more than 50 years in Indonesia, and it has multiple branches all over the country. I'm really excited to meet Jane. So welcome to the show, Jane.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank
You
you
know,
for
Jane, it's women and automobiles is not something very commonly heard of.
Yes,
You
that's true. That's
reached
true.
a peak in one of these industries, and I believe you do a lot of other things. So it's really interesting. I'm very intrigued to know. Tell me more about yourself and what do you really do?
Well, currently I'm the CEO of a 58-year-old family business. So this Novelis Pouring Balancing Specialist is a family business.
Yes,
Been around, so now I'm the third generation to run it.
lovely.
I'm also a mother of two teenagers. I think that's the more tough job than CEO.
I can do that.
Yes, and I'm trying my best to not screw up at both roles. I'm also active in the Society of Women Engineers Affiliate Jakarta. It is a nonprofit organization that we started in 2017 in the affiliate Jakarta, and it's focused on raising awareness of STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, especially to women.
Lovely. That's really something very interesting that you're working on. You probably want to share a little more as we go along. We'll probably speak on that a little more. So you've been in this industry most of your life. As I see, you've studied overseas and you've been here, and it's a third generation business, which is like the coolest project that you've done so far or you've been involved in.
Well, right now I'm running Technovation Girls Competition for Indonesia. So this is part of the Society of Women Engineers program. So we run that, and I also run a curricular program in my old school. It's an all-girl high school. So during this program, the students learn about entrepreneurship, and social issues and technology. They attend workshops, like business side market research, minimum viable products, revenue versus cost. So they learn all that, as well as coding workshops. So they learn how to code. Because the challenge of this competition is to create an app for phone
Mm-hmm.
that is useful for the society, and it's up to them whether they want to make it for profit, non-profit, or semi profit. So they have to learn the whole thing. They have to create a concept and work together as a team. And the best part is they get to work with mentors from the industry. So we connect them with mentors. Yeah, real life mentors. There's already in the working field, and so they're already at the end of their program right now. They just submitted the submissions last Sunday, and we hope to get finalists, and the winners soon.
Lovely. Best wishes for that. That's like real time experience you're giving to people. So,
Mhm.
all the very best and hope they come out really shining and bright.
Yeah, it's very interesting because these girls, some of them have never learned coding before. They're not exposed to it, and they're learning a lot of new things.
Really nice. So, what do you think? You are in a different industry as compared to what we've spoken in our last few Newsmakers event. And we don't really know much about what are the challenges being faced by your industry today.
Actually, in our industry, the automotive industry, I think for ours in the service business, the biggest challenge is the shifting of technology to electric vehicle, because eventually it will become that. Maybe in Indonesia, it might still be another 5, 10 years, but that's something that we need to learn the technology for sure. That will also it's also a challenge because it will eliminate many business service, for example, oil change, because that cars don't need oil change anymore, and then
Yeah.
like engine tune up, those stuff. So we have to learn what we can do. Fortunately, the tires they're still using tires. It's not flying cars yet, so we're still okay in terms of tire maintenance. Also, another challenge is e-commerce. I think it's replacing a lot of the conservative style of this business. So we have to find where we can compete, but not going into price war with the e-commerce.
Concept altogether. Yeah, absolutely. And where do you see your industry, let's say, in the next 3 to 5 years?
3 to 5 years. Like I said, I think there will be a lot of closure, unfortunately, of the small mom and pop shop, because there are big players coming in right now, and they have the backup of foreign investors.
Yes.
So those are the tough ones that we have to keep in line with. So we have to increase our service level, our facilities, to make it so that we can compete internationally with those international companies that are coming in.
Yes, absolutely. Economy is gradually opening up globally for everybody. Yes.
Yes.
So, Jane, if I was to say, tell us about Novelis, if anybody would like to know about them, and tell us about your STEM project.
Okay. Novelis Auto Service Center is the one-stop solution of your car repair and maintenance. Our motto is safety and comfort first. So we always want to make sure whatever we provide to our customers is has quality. So we always purchase our parts from official distributors, like for oils and tires, to make sure that they're real. And so with 50 years of over 50 years of experience in technical expertise, we strive to provide quality service and product. Um, my father is actually the inventor of the word sporing. Sporing is not an English word; it's an Indonesian-made word for wheel alignment.
Oh, really? Lovely. Great to know.
Yeah,
Touring.
yeah, sporing.
Double orange.
Yeah, sporing is very familiar. It's a very familiar term in Indonesia, and I thought it was an English term before. Not until I went to US, I didn't realize it was not an English word. So it was invented by my father when he, because wheel alignment is too difficult of a word to pronounce. So
Yeah.
he think what's the better term for it, and spore he took it from a Dutch word that actually means a train track or parallel, because that's what wheel alignment is for, to make all four wheels in
Parallel.
parallel. Yes.
Yeah.
So he took the spore for the Dutch word and add the ing to make it similar with balancing, because balancing is a normal word. So
Lovely.
that's why,
So
yeah,
your
that's what we
family
call ourselves
contributed.
sporing.
Lovely. Your family's contributed to the dictionary as well.
I don't think it's a formal in dictionary, but
But it's the most spoken. It's like a colloquial word for,
yes,
automobiles. So yes, yeah, lovely.
yes. So we since my grandfather been in business for a long time, and we are we can call ourselves the first shop that offer this service, wheel alignment or sporing and balancing, actually. And also, the story about balancing is my grandfather bought a machine, a really old one. It's not even a machine, because it's just like water pass back then, back in the 70s. And then when you put tires on it, and it's to measure how the weight distribution over all tires. And that's how they find out, like,
Wow.
this is a good business, because back then a lot of tires are not balanced properly, right? Entirely. So yeah, so I've been in the business for quite a while, for 12 years now, officially. But since small, we always play in the warehouse around the area in the
Oh,
shop.
these are your toys.
Yes, yes. I grew up looking, be in this environment.
So Jane,
Um,
you obviously had a big responsibility whether underlying or known in your mind, because it's a generation business. You're the third generation. So I'm sure over the years you've received some great advice which has worked for you. I'd like you to share that with us.
Yes. Actually, one advice that I like very much and I keep using, remembering is advice on making decisions. When I have to make the decision, which one is right and which one is wrong. The advice is the decision will become right or wrong depending on how we react after we make the decision. So if we keep thinking, I should have, should I have made the other decision, then it will be a wrong decision. But if we put our mind into it after we make the decision, then the decision will become right. So with our actions after decision, and that's by Jen Brown.
Okay. Because a lot of times we make a decision and we start self doubting. So you're right. It's how we react to the decision after we make it.
Yes. Yes.
Great. Do you read? And if so, what are you reading now?
I read a lot of books. I used to a lot of business books, and then now more on communication leadership. But then recently, I'm reading a lot more on the spiritual books too. I never really cared about spiritual and emotion awareness until 2019. So my current book that I'm reading is actually titled "How Not to Be a Buddhist." So, and I recommend a lot of Ajahn Brahm's books. He wrote a lot of books and some in Indonesian too. So many of his books and his YouTube talks are excellent for life. It's not only related to Buddhism, but more on the life itself.
Okay, lovely. Anything that you would recommend to our viewers?
There's some of his book, Opening the Door of My Heart. I think that's called. Yeah. Also, Good, Bad, Who Knows. He has good books.
Okay, great. You've been around all your life with this experience in this industry, and you've gained your own experience as well. Is there any shortcut that you've applied for yourself and it has worked really well?
I don't think there's shortcut in life, anything you have to work for. But if there's any life hack that I, think about myself is we have to lower expectation. I think by lowering expectation, it just resolve a lot of problems.
Correct.
And not just towards other people, but towards ourselves too.
True. It's us more realistic.
Yes.
Lovely, great. Any gadgets, tools, apps which are like a must-have for you?
Besides phone, definitely my laptop. if I don't, even without phone, I can operate with my laptop because now it has WhatsApp too there. So I can still communicate. All the communication can still be done with laptop. So I would even vote for laptop more than phone, just because it's bigger. It's bigger monitor, and then I can type faster.
True. So Jane, if I was to lastly ask you that, what would Jane like to see, going forward? What would you like to see?
I would like to see more Indonesian programmers, actually, because I've heard from many companies that they're having difficulties of finding programmers in Indonesia, that they have to outsource the job to outside. And it's a really good paying job. So it's just unfortunate that Indonesians, our citizens, are not taking advantage of this opportunity. So that's why one of the reason why I run this Technovation program, to introduce women, girls to coding. And another one, if I can pick, is I'd like to see more kindness on social media rather than like materialistic success or accomplishment. I think our world right now needs a lot of more kindness.
That's a lovely thought. Very true. Totally agree with this. It's too materialistic. It's too much of nitpicking. Needs to be more softer and kind. Yeah. I think we've lost the social. It's only now media.
True.
Yeah. So great, lovely talking to you, Jane. And we wish you all the very best for your future endeavors, and definitely a great congratulations on your STEM project.
Thank you very much.
to see how you are supporting not just your industry, but you're stepping up and supporting the girl child back in Indonesia. So, really, congratulations on that and all the very best. And thank you for taking out time for us.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye
day.
bye.